You know how we coming. So
we 6 minutes in listening. The people that's listening on the audio, like they ain't talking. Well, they probably ain't listening because we is talking, even though we like talking to each other.
I mean, it's a podcast. So we doing. Okay, go ahead. My bad.
Like, why this nigga breaking his shit? Like, you know. And why she rapping? Why she hella know how to rap like them bitches? You got an ashtray or something?
Yeah. Okay. It's funny because if you guys missed the first part of this shit, Smigg was talking about how he quit. I'm just saying but like, you know, when you know somebody 20 years and they quit on you like twice, like, yeah, alright, I'll wait till bro calm down. What the fuck you mad about? Like, but the second argument was just like,
you was mad the first argument.
For sure, I can admit I probably was wrong the first argument. I just was like super aggressive. Like, I want we need to be doing this. We need to be doing it. You feel me? Remind you, he's already like solidified in his spot. He makes money off music. He don't got to drop albums. He's straight. Me, I'm like, I'm trying to get like you. I'm like, I want to be just kick my feet up and I give a fuck.
No, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, when we like we really so much alike in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, we know it's gonna blow over. Like the last argument, he literally cussed me out for no reason. I literally did everything right.
And I knew I did.
He said, "Let me talk." I shut it up. I literally let him get every word in. Then when I said my part, he said, "You know what? Fuck you. I quit. What do you want?" And hung up. I'm like, "Oh, this nigga was fat." Like it was almost like he had a flip phone. You know how nigga hang up on you with a flip phone? Like, it's a different type of hang up. Like he really hung up on me. Like this is not cool. I'm like, okay, he's tripping, whatever. But anyways,
don't you miss the flip phone? Like hanging up on somebody on the flip phone? Like you can't even hang up on somebody the same now.
You guys, listen.
It don't give you that same effect.
I literally, like, I'm not even going to get into it, but I'm a quick story. Okay, I have a TikTok, and they had this TikTok on there where dude, he's like acting like he got a flip phone, so everybody follows his phone. He's like, leave me alone, and he hanging up on him. I don't know. I just thought it was super funny. I wish I could go back to doing that to people. I thought it would be dope.
I'm saying, the flip phone, the way you hang up on people on flip phone, like it make you feel good, like you really hung up. Yeah. Nowadays, you don't even feel like you hung up on them.
I'm sorry, did this nigga just hang up? I don't even care at this point, because this is like a regular hang up, like, hello?
Yeah, like you can't bang it on somebody, like, you know, when you banging on somebody and they really feel like, oh, he just really hung up on me, like.
Okay, that's what I'm
now it's just like, did the phone drop? Did your call drop? Like, they call you back?
Yeah. Oh shit, my bad. My phone died. I'm like, yeah,
like,
thanks,
like,
bro.
Nah, I banged it on you. That's what I did.
Okay, listen, enough of our shenanigans. You know what I'm saying?
So
I'm gonna dedicate this episode to y'all know who. Nipsey, I'm just saying.
That's right. And I'm gonna dedicate this episode to everybody that we done lost.
Hella everybody. Bradley, Mucho.
Yeah.
You feel me? But surely we dedicate this episode to you three. Nipsey, Bradley, Mucho. But everybody that we lost. Yeah. George Floyd, Breonna Taylor. Just, and the list goes on. So, but we about to get into this shit though. We're gonna talk about some shit. Pop Smoke. Juice WRLD.
Yeah.
People that's out here, I don't know if COVID taking these niggas out or Donald Trump, but COVID patients, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's all kind of shit going on right now.
Maybe I shouldn't have said, I don't know if Donald Trump taking these niggas out or COVID. You know, I apologize about that. It probably wasn't the right timing. So let's start that one over. My bad. So I'm sorry about all the people that passed away from COVID. I apologize, seriously. I need to take that more serious. But we're going to get into this month of the episode of
So, like, once again, Domaniece wrote the whole episode out. I don't know what we're talking about, as always.
Oh, you know why, guys? Because I told him to write his stuff down last night, what he wants to talk about. Hey, let's ask him. Smigg, what you wrote down last night?
You know what I wrote down?
He's gonna freestyle it. He had like this
I
is
wrote
rap.
down hella shit and realized she don't know none of the shit that I want to talk about.
But that's the point of you supposed to teach me about these people so I can
yeah.
look them up. I don't know what these are. Or you supposed to let me know ahead of time, send me information so I can, I'm like, okay, yeah.
I mean, I thought the whole world be knowing about like Griselda and Benny the Butcher and West Side Gun.
Yeah, you're right. A hell of the world, though. And I apologize about that. But, you know, if those are artists that you're into, I mean, like, we get email. We get emails.
It ain't even like just I'm into. It's like the world is talking about these people.
Right. There's people in London that get 40 million views that I've never heard of.
But I'm talking about people from our soil.
Yeah, but I have people from our soil that get hella views that I've never heard of. It's okay. But
I'm talking about these people was like big, like everybody's talking about them. Like
the same about the people that I listen to that you never heard of.
You talking about just people.
See how judgmental you is?
No, what you talking about? You talking about regional people. I'm talking about all across the United States.
I'm not just talking
about regional.
Sorry about that, guys.
People who's big and like
Smigg listens
Fort Worth, Texas. No disrespect to Fort Worth, Texas.
Why is he hating?
I'm just saying.
Listen, guys. Can I say something, please, really quick? Smigg is still listening to the shit niggas was listening to in 96, 97,
that's not true.
But those are the type of rappers that you like.
That's not true.
But let's be clear, I listen to all types of rap too. So if somebody hits me up with somebody and I go and I look up their music and I like them or I like a song or two, I'm going to find out all the information I want to know about that artist. But if I've never heard of you, I can't do that.
But how do you don't know? These people be on like the top billboards and like when you open Apple Music and they drop new music, they should be the first ones on there. Like
I get it. Never heard of them.
How you don't know?
Yeah, I mean, shit. I just don't know. The people around me that I fuck with and the type of music that we listen to.
You know J. Cole's new singles they dropped,
right.
2 songs.
I fuck with J. Cole.
Do you know
what the singles are called?
Yeah, have you heard them?
I haven't heard them, but I like J. Cole, and I like what he's about. But I do know J. Cole. Okay, so what have J. Cole been doing lately right now?
He's been doing hella shit.
Like right now, what is he doing?
He's doing music right now.
No, actually, he's training to be in the NBA right now.
Well, he's just doing music.
You see, but he didn't know that. Am I going to get on his line about that?
Because I don't care
I'm
about
gonna judge him
that.
about that.
I don't care about
but
that.
But I do. You see how we care about two different things? That's why he's supposed to hurt me.
We also are like a music podcast. I'm not a sports podcast.
But guess who we're talking about? An artist that's a rapper that's training to be in the NBA. So you don't think that's something we're going to talk about?
What he's doing? I'm talking about what he's doing right now. He's dropping music.
And he's training to be in the NBA at this point right now. Okay. So we're both talking about valid things.
He's doing some other, but that's different than releasing music to the world.
Hey guys, you see?
That's what he's doing for his personal self. That I want to do this on my own. Like you just want to get in people's business. That's what that is. Like he trying to do that on his own, on his side shit. The music is for us.
Now I'm trying to be a J. Cole business. Right. I don't care.
Like
That's what we do.
You like the gossip shade room shit. You know?
What you in hey business? Hello?
You a roommate?
I'm just saying though, mate. Hey, hit the wall. Ah. But anyways, guys, we're not gonna keep this on some J. Cole shit. We gonna. But at the end of the day, yeah, it's some artists that Smigg listens to. I don't know who they are, but I'm also not like saying
like
I don't want to listen to them.
Though. It's like, you know, like real artists, like.
Okay, well, let's get to the real artists then. Let's talk about them right now that we all know, that we know are nationwide. Let's talk about, Smigg, honestly, like, what you think happened in that car with Megan? Why does it, be honest, like, why does these DV situations happen in a vehicle?
I don't be knowing. I'm kind of all over the place with this because I don't really know. I keep hearing different shit, different stories. I don't really know, like, what happened. Like, the first story I heard was something about they got pulled over leaving Kylie Jenner's house or something, and there was a gun in the car.
And that's the thing that I feel like is, it's like a gray area somewhere because it's like, if you look, back, you see they're all together. Kylie Jenner, Tory Lanez, they're making Stallion. But then it's like, if Kylie Jenner was there at this situation, why is her name not brought up at all? And none of the media, nothing. Like, why is she not a factor in this? She know what happened. She know what was going on. Why are y'all acting like it was just making a Stallion there? So was Kylie. So let's talk to Kylie too. Let's post her just as much as y'all promoting this negativity towards Megan.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, she's around people that
are shooting guys that getting shot by guys.
And then and then the second story I heard was the same shit, but then for some reason Tory Lanez started busting in the air.
But my thing is, why? What happened?
I don't know what's going on.
The story that I got that she was trying to
around.
She was trying to get out the car, and he was telling her she's not getting out the car, and he shot her in her foot for her trying to get out the car.
Like, who does it?
Like, that's like some
so
psych. Remind you,
shit.
He's like 5'1" or something, so you know he got little man syndrome. But my thing was,
his first gun that he ain't never used it for real. Like, he just waiting for a chance to try to use it, but not in like a real situation though.
No,
like,
seriously. So how do you feel about like Draya going on that podcast and saying, basically like joking about making it sound shit, saying I want somebody to love me like that, where he don't want me to leave, he'll shoot me in my foot. You feel like that's like a toxic ass trait?
What do you mean about her really feeling like that?
Yeah. Do you think that's toxic, and do you think it was like appropriate for her to say that at that time?
But I don't think she, you know, I don't think she was really being serious. Like, yeah, I want a nigga to shoot me in my foot. But I also think she wasn't also being sensitive to that it was a real incident. But a lot of times people get like that when it's not you and it's people in the public eye, and you don't really know what's going on. You just know it's two famous people, or even sometimes when you just see some shit on the internet of somebody like getting fucked up. You know, you don't know this person. Like, it might be funny, people laughing, but like that motherfucker really hurt and probably had to go to the hospital, and his family, like, you know, like.
Do you think it was serious enough for her to lose some of her endorsements, like from Rihanna's the Fenty being one of the main endorsers of the Fenty line?
I could get why they do that, especially the climate that we in.
And especially Rihanna had been dealing with domestic violence in her previous relationship, and how she just feels about it probably on a personal level. She felt like she just didn't want somebody like that representing her brand. But okay,
who was it that said it again?
Draya from you know, what was she on, Basketball Wives? Yeah. She's the one that said that your hoeing could be erased.
Your homie could be erased.
Your hoeing can be erased. Your hoeness can be erased.
Oh yeah, it can.
No, he ain't.
I'll get all that shit off her background. I got credit. I got, you know.
So like, really, I honestly want to know, like, because I know how you feel about Kanye West, like, in like his like, is he dealing with like I feel like every time something happens, they blame it on mental health and all this or whatever. But do you feel like at this point it could just be antics and it seems like it happens all the time? Shoes launches dropping
when the album's coming out. I think it has something to do with all of it.
All of the
above. Like, really, like.
Because I mean, the Kardashians live off publicity and know how to swing it always into their favor. But I think I'm starting to feel like it's now their publicity is Kanye, because it gets altered back to the Kardashians, where they're getting more put back, like where they're getting the attention, when really Kanye is the one that's wilding out acting crazy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He also said that him and Kim almost ended up divorcing over,
the mom, I think he was tripping.
Nah, over her and not Future, but her and the name is literally on the like tip of
Larissa and Future.
No.
That big fucking Scottie Pippen bitch.
Nah,
that's
that's who Future was fucking.
Yeah.
But no, him and Kim almost over Meek Mill. That's what it was. That's how I think. I'm like Meek Mill. Him and Kim almost got a divorce over whatever relationship or rendezvous allegedly.
You can't fuck, dude.
I mean, Meek actually out here having action on niggas' bitches.
I'm not saying
let's
don't.
not act like he ain't having action.
No, I'm not saying that at all.
He having action.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying I ain't know nothing about. I didn't even know they knew each other.
Let's stop
like
acting
that.
like Kim ain't Nick.
I'm not saying none of that shit.
I'm just saying it's like a morgue. It's like it gotta be like a morgue in their bodies.
I'm just saying I didn't even know them two even like cross paths like that. Like,
and my thing was
maybe because they both on that prison reform shit, trying to get people out of prison. I don't know. Maybe they had a cool conversation. Like,
and you know, Kanye's so weird. He probably think, "What you fucking Meek? You and now you into prison reform. When you start doing the fuck?" You know what I'm saying? I can imagine it like, "Nah, you trying to fuck Meek Mill." It's like I can kind of hear their conversations now.
He's starting to look old.
Yeah.
Kind of doing weird shit.
He
probably out here looking fresh and
just
fly.
having babies and shit. Like I'm like, okay.
Out here getting the bag. Yeah, for sure.
But it's funny because I hella like Meek Mill now than I did now. I feel like than I did before.
Oh yeah, wait.
Like,
the first Meek's last album that he put out. That's the first Meek Mill album that I like really listen to
me
and
too.
really like.
Hella, me too.
I never heard a full Meek album before.
I can't even find one.
So you're just gonna walk away in the middle of my shit, right? And just leave me to take this shit on, talking about some shit I don't even fucking know about. If you wanna leave off on Meek Mill and Kim Kardashian, like, nigga, I don't know about that shit.
Okay. But you act
walk
like
away. You always do shit like that. Like,
do shit like what?
Like, in the middle of our job, like,
he's just
walk away in the middle, like.
Walk away?
Yeah, nigga, everybody see you walk away. Nigga, like, what do you mean? It's on camera.
You know what? This is what I'm saying. This is like the old man tripping all the time. Yeah, no, I just wanted them to see the.
Rex in effect. You don't even know what Rex in effect is.
Now, yes, I do know what Rex in effect is.
What's that song?
Rex in effect. Wait. It's like, you see what I'm saying?
You about to Google? What you doing? Like, I
no, because it's like, you know, it's just shit you just can't think of fast. You know what I'm saying? Okay, whatever, Smigg. Moving on. Goodness. Donald Trump banning TikTok.
Is that true?
So this is the thing. I heard Donald Trump had basically said to Microsoft, because Microsoft is trying to buy TikTok. Basically, y'all buy TikTok ASAP, or they leave the United States. So it's just like and he'll be the first president in U.S. history to do something like that. That's
he's
what
been the first president in U.S. history to do a gang shit.
It's like TikTok though. Why do you hate TikTok so much? It's like is it because he loves to get on Twitter and talk his crap?
I love Twitter.
I find him really, really disgusting, actually. But anyways, I'm not going to spend too much time on that. But I actually like TikTok. I actually think it's a really good platform and super educational.
Shout to TikTok, y'all.
My TikTok is Domaniece_MU. Make sure you guys add follow. It's the same as my Instagram, and you know it don't change.
Well, what you be doing on your TikTok?
I just go over everything, you know what I'm saying? Acting, laughing. I post my own content. I post my interviews. So make sure you guys add me. But more than F all that. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm just saying no media though. Stop playing with us. Actually, I'm just saying no podcast. But I said my bad. It is what it is.
I'm just saying no media on Instagram.
On Instagram. isn't it? Okay, so anyways, moving on. So let's just go ahead and talk about Doja Cat saying nigger. And I really want to talk about this in that group chat with like all these like weird white guys that are like computer nerds, and her being biracial. People came for her throat. Do you know who Doja Cat is?
Smigg Dirtee? Yeah, I know who Doja Cat is.
Oh, you do?
I don't know who Doja Cat is.
Okay.
She's bad.
Oh, she's bad?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't like bitches that have fucking lace fronts with fucking tan lines. She needs a new wig, lady. Somebody is not doing her right by her hairstyle.
I think she's like bad trash. I think she needs to be like hella trash, but she like cute.
Yeah.
And then they just trying to make her up, but she's still kind of trash.
So, do you think when old footage like that resurfaces of artists, like, do you feel like their apologies be like genuine? Or do you think it's just because their publicist has pumped them up, or their record label has pumped them up to provide an apology because this is something that could be career ruining?
Yeah. I'm gonna give you my take on Doja Cat and what all this shit is. I think Doja Cat, I don't think she take anything serious. Like, I don't think she was really in them racist chats, like, trying to really seriously be on some racist shit. I think she just like a weird bitch and like, you know, like a bored bitch that ain't nothing to do, like got caught up in the internet life and like stumbled across, like, I wonder what's going on in here, and like really just like spending her time talking to people and then just saying weird shit, like, you know, like she was on there like farting and doing like weird shit, like she just like, you know, like want to be like attention, like, you know, like, oh, I'm gonna go into this racist room just because I know I'm gonna get attention in there, and you know, like, and I'm gonna have things to say that people aren't gonna think I'm gonna say, like, you know, like, I don't even think she means anything or takes anything serious. I just think it's like a weird bitch, like.
Okay, she's just a weirdo. Yeah, actually, I think she's kind of a weirdo too. Did you ever get to watch the DMX and Snoop Dogg battle?
Of course, I watch every verse. I'm a hip hop nigga.
So listen.
And R&B nigga.
So,
it wasn't no verses.
I was in a house full of guys, right? All the guys were basically saying, DMX got his, he's gonna kill Snoop Dogg. I'm like, not like that. DMX is a dope artist and he do got hits. But are you fucking kidding me right now?
I'm gonna tell you straight up.
Snoop Dogg, bro?
I don't think there's one rapper in the industry that can get 20 songs and take it and Snoop pick 20 songs and match up and beat Snoop. Like,
period. Then it's like when you look at, not like that, no disrespect, but I'm gonna be honest. When DMX started playing that shit that I was listening to when I was a kid, when I was in junior high school and high school, I'm like, Swiss Beats and DJ Clue got on off this bullshit, off these weak ass beats.
I mean,
but then when
some of them beats didn't time well. Back then, the shit was hella dope. Just didn't time well. But like, Snoop always has that production that is that clean, and that shit's kind of like timeless. Like, you know, he had Draya, like. And
I've seen both artists perform multiple times, and just, you know, when a Snoop Dogg is known everywhere over the world, not like DMX is not, but when I go to a Snoop Dogg concert, I literally see majority of white and Hispanics there.
But you could go all across the world. Snoop Dogg is probably the most recognizable rapper in the world.
Absolutely, 100%. I agree with that.
Like, grandmas know Snoop.
Yes, I agree. Like Snoop.
White grandmas know who Snoop is. Like,
put some respect on Snoop's name. And then let's be clear, Snoop also is humble and he helps other LA artists. You know what I'm saying? Not just LA artists, but other artists. If he can help them, he's definitely gonna try. Because I know a lot of LA dudes that are in position that just extend that hand, but I definitely know Snoop does.
Snoop he just got that. He really got that like uncle vibe to hip hop, like.
Yeah, definitely. And then it's like, oh no, like I be feeling like when people be like, oh, Dr. Dre is the best producer in the world. I do feel like Dr. Dre is one of the top best producers, but I don't think he's one of the best producers in the world. I actually think they think that because one of my favorite rappers, which is Eminem, is one of his biggest artists. But to me, that doesn't make him the best.
That has nothing to do with why people say he's the best producer in the world.
But I'm just saying, there's a lot
people
of
people say he's the best producer in the world because he literally kind of changed the sound of rap music. If you go back and listen to rap music before the Chronic, a lot of that shit is just like drum samples and like hella sample, just random shit.
So are you saying he changed the West Coast sound or just
sound hip hop? Just cause even Puff Daddy, when you listen to Biggie Smalls, Juicy, and When They Call Me, what them sound like? Them sound like what? Them type of sample, clear sounding, smooth sounding. Hip hop didn't used to sound like that. Hip hop used to sound gritty and, you know, like hard drum loops that like wasn't mixed good, and you know, Dre brought that mixing and sounding, bringing people who play instruments and shit and all that shit into where the sound like just sound like some shit you ain't like. What is it like? This is some new shit for hip hop. Like, you know, this shit sounds like crazy, like real music, like
right. And well, I can agree with you on that. I can't say he's one of the evolutionaries of the hip hop genre and changing, I guess, the sound.
Yeah, there was there was nothing that could sound like the Chronic when that came out.
Absolutely, like, you know what, the Chronic. I'm gonna be honest, when you hear that album, you just still to this day, those beats are to me relevant. Like you can literally rap on those like
everything just sound hella dope, clear, like it's just like top quality. And like before that, like even like before that, you know, he was with NWA. Like if you listen to the Fuck the Police, like the way those songs sounded, like they didn't sound like the Chronic. Like, you know, like it was a completely different sound.
And it's crazy because I'm gonna be honest, like I literally grew up listening to the Chronic. I remember like one of my first concerts was the Smoke tour. Yeah.
So you were young, nigga. That was your first concert? Yeah, like my first concert was like NWA.
Yeah, like my first concert was like the Smoke
De La Soul, like hella people though. LL, nigga, Too Short.
I actually seen LL perform, and I'm gonna be real. I always tell people this. LL Cool J, I think out of him, Take 9.
I was a little ass kid.
They give probably some of the best performances I've seen live. Definitely. My thing was, damn, like
so aggressive ass.
I can't even, man.
There you go.
Man, like he gets some. That's what I'm saying. Now my verse.
Shoulder bump the nigga.
Cause I'm like, I'm trying to go to that. You know what? I'm about to, man. I need to smoke.
See how you be tripping? And y'all think it's me. This is why I quit. I don't even smoke hella cigarettes like this, man.
I know,
See, I've been smoking back-to-back cigarettes. But you know, I gotta give credit to my nigga Frost, cause I remember years ago he was telling me like, hey, I think if you made like a Snoop playlist of like his like biggest dopest songs, I don't think there's any other rapper in the game you could make a playlist of that would be better. When he was playing
some of them songs, I forgot he had them bitches, even the No Limit song. I forgot he had them.
And I'm gonna give it to you like this. He still had a whole nother 20 in the tuck that he ain't even played. that he could probably go against another top nigga and still win with the songs he ain't even played.
Let's be clear. Let's not forget about Snoop Lion though. He had a hit for Snoop.
This nigga had a hit every era. Every album he had a hit. He had a hit. So it's like he ain't play sexual seduction.
Exactly.
He didn't get that bad.
That's what I thought he was gonna do. You know, I thought he was
a few joints.
I definitely thought
he didn't play No Shit Off Dog Pound album, like some classic shit. Like
yeah, he has his for sure. But it was just funny seeing. It was just, to me, it was just super positive. It was one of the best verses I've seen. Like the.
How many have you seen? I'm gonna pull your card.
I seen the Scotch Storage and Manny Fresh one. I thought that was dope.
I wanted Manny Fresh to win so bad. I was being hella biased.
Hella biased. Versus got hits.
It's
like there's nothing you can do about it.
But even though some of them hits that Manny they're hella like we fuck with them, the South fuck with them, but like you know the East Coast don't really. Who would
you put Paul Wall against? Paul Wall, who would you put?
I don't even know if Paul Wall got 20 hits.
I don't think he got 20 hits either. Huh?
Yeah, you gotta be somebody that got.
Who would you pit Timberland against?
Timberland as a producer. I mean, besides who you already went against Swiss. That's how they started this.
But who would you? But Swiss? Like no, I'm saying who would you? Who? Not Swiss.
I mean, but they already did. That's how they started this whole shit.
I feel like somebody else. Like who? Swiss to me that record. Not like.
Nah, Swiss got shit. Like he got shit that turn up, and he know how to turn his own shit up.
Okay, so how about
I feel like.
How about Master P? Who would you pick Master P?
Oh, that might be a good one. Master P and
you can't say Birdman.
Why not?
Because Birdman ain't got that many songs.
Yeah, he do. He got the Big Timer shit.
Yeah, he got Big
shit Timer. With Hot Boys he can play.
But shit with Hot Boys, you talking about real hits, like you feel me?
No, he got hits.
Like you can't pick. Like, bruh, Master P gonna blow.
Like Bling Bling.
Bruh gonna.
Some of them songs.
Like, Master P got shit by himself.
I know, but it don't matter. You gotta have whatever 20 you pick.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
you got 20 songs.
I hear what you're saying. I just don't think.
But I don't think he could beat Master P.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Just saying. But I think it could be a good matchup.
Nah, I don't think it'll be a good matchup.
It's a fair.
You would have to put to me maybe. Master P and Jermaine Dupri or something.
Oh hell no!
Jermaine Dupri do got this. Jermaine Dupri gotta go against like Teddy Riley or somebody.
Level. Yeah,
he gotta go against like Teddy Riley or somebody.
Somebody like
Quincy Jones.
Like what I want to see is Jermaine Dupri and Diddy.
Ooh. I think Jermaine Dupri and Teddy Riley though would be dope.
I know, but Teddy Riley already been in it, so it's like, and that's what I
for a producer.
But Teddy Riley went
go ahead
for both, for everything, songwriting, producer, and he went him and Babyface, but Babyface was way too God level for Teddy Riley. And Teddy Riley's God level, so it's like, damn, you put me up against a God, like a soup, like nobody should even call Babyface phone. You like one of them niggas, like if it ain't like
he like wait
Quincy
what?
Jones or somebody, like like don't call me, like
that's hella funny to me. Yeah, so okay, well, girls, who would you pick Cash Doll against?
Cash Doll. Ooh, Cash Dog. She ain't even got 20. Let's say a 10. I don't even. She got a 10.
Okay, fuck it. Let's go, Cardi.
Do Cardi got a 20? She would have to play like her whole album.
Her first album, like that's it.
And like the few features that she did.
Yeah.
Like
okay. Let's see.
We gotta talk about like
real artists like Lil Kim. Like, Foxy Brown, we're gonna talk about some female rappers, Queen Latifah and shit. Okay, all right, moving on, guys. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's.
Let me think.
Because I want to see Mario and Sammy go against each other. I think are Mario and Omarion, not Mario, yeah, Mario and Omarion.
Come on, Omarion, dust that nigga off.
Mariana dust Mario off?
Yeah.
You know how many hits Mario got? Are you
like
sleep
3?
on? No, he don't got like 3 hits. Mario got hits. You sleep on Mario, fool. Mario or Lloyd. Lloyd probably got
Lloyd ain't got. I want to
Lloyd
see
got about 5 hits.
Ashanti would be dope against somebody.
Who you think Ashanti should go against? She can't go against Mary J. Blige.
That's too God level.
She had fucking put her in
God level.
body
like
bag.
Mary J. need to go against like Mariah or somebody like that.
Damn, like, but you know, at this point, nigga, Mariah and Mary J. though, that would be so hard.
That would be hella hard.
That would be next level. You feel me? But anyway, so you know Nicki Minaj is pregnant.
No, I didn't. My brother just told me that earlier, but I didn't give a fuck. I mean, not that I don't give a fuck what my nigga told me, but I just don't give a fuck about Nicki, but like what she doing with her life. Like,
yeah, like I really don't give a fuck about it either. That 6ix9ine shit.
You out here doing songs with 6ix9ine and paying for lawyers for your molested
brother, like man, you a weird ass bitch.
Really tripping on.
Yeah, you're a weirdo. Period. Like I was telling my friend the other day, I said, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I'm not taking that from my brother if he a molester. Especially if I got evidence against the nigga. I watch too much crime shows to be taking up from my blood brother that's a pedophile. I don't care. No, nigga, back up.
Don't put that on.
Back up. Leave me alone. Nigga. You feel me? I was ready to try to fuck with my brother if he told. You think I'm gonna fuck with my brother if he out here fucking kids? Jokes up. You feel me? Nikki. It's
niggas
like
out here really just fucking kids and shit. Niggas that niggas know and shit.
Bro,
that shit crazy,
I watched a documentary, fool, right?
Yeah.
Guys moved to Thailand and Dominican Republic and all these other places where just to molest kids where the laws aren't really strong to protect children. So y'all moving out the country just to go fuck
you
kids?
didn't watch that documentary about, it's a dope documentary about all these girls that was like forced to marry like when they was hella young to old.
What's it called?
Old dudes. Damn.
See, I like shit like that. I'll go look that up tonight.
It might have been, I want to say, because some of them random documentaries I be finding on Amazon.
Oh, Amazon Prime.
Be having some, Amazon Prime be having some dope
Is that what the Godfather of Harlem come on? They come on Amazon, right? Is that an Amazon original?
Nah, it's a what is it? One of them TV.
I thought it was an Amazon original.
Nah, it came on TV,
But yeah, I fuck with that show too. But this Corona shit is fucking in my shows, and I'm not feeling it.
I gotta find out what that shit was, because I watched that shit. It's
yeah,
like way back, like what shit from like way back, like in the 50s, and like, you know, people marrying 12-year-olds, like forced to marry 12-year-olds.
In some countries, it's still normal for your parents to give you away at 12 to 14.
But out here, they was doing that shit.
Wait, what?
In America, like, this is like people with their parents was like making them go and then like making them lie about their age. Or sometimes they really put their real age. Like I'm 13. There was one girl that was pregnant at like 11 or something. Like,
and it's crazy because that means if she was pregnant at 11, she had already reached her menstrual period early. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what in the world is going on? Like,
damn,
who would even put their children in that situation? Like, that's sickening to me.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's sickening. So on a lighter note,
and they all grown and shit now.
And they talking about it.
And they, you know, they still got pictures. They showing like, you know, the marriage, like the actual marriage documents and shit, showing their ages, and it was like crazy ways. Like, you know, some of them was being like molested by like they family friend, and then they got pregnant, and then the moms just like pushed them off on, like made them married, them married, and just like.
Where was they at in some country ass?
It's all over.
Where Idaho,
like different places.
But
it's like a bunch of stories.
Not being judgmental. What was they raised? Like I'm like.
It was all black.
Oh, they was all black girls?
A lot of them was black, and a lot of them was it was mostly just white and black.
Really?
But a lot of them was
From
black.
the United States? That's fucking me up. People are doing that to their kids?
Telling you not to, I mean, my grandma, she had her first kid at like 14. And I want to say...
Well, my homegirl, she had her first kid at 14.
Older, like hella older, and like, it was like a family.
So, do you think this is sick? Say you got a kid, right? And your kid is... Say you got a kid right now. Your son is 14, 15, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of your friends, you feel me, starts to date your daughter when she turns 18. Do you think that's weird?
One of my friends started dating my daughter
at 18.
Yeah,
or somebody that you
weird.
like.
What the fuck?
What is that? It's like, so it's like, have you been, like, are you, were you watching this kid? No, the reason I say that, because like lately I've been seeing a lot of like 39, 40, 34, 30-year-olds with 18 and 19-year-old girls, and it be people's daughters and shit that they went to school with and all types of stuff. So it's like, it's weird. Even me personally, I can't have no conversation with no 18-year-old
boy. I
boy.
was about to say that.
What, how are we
anyways,
gonna have?
like,
What are we gonna talk about?
I could barely talk to a 25-year-old and like.
What are we gonna talk about? Jumbo juice? No.
And like have shit in common, like, and then just conversations don't even be the same, you know? Just the way of thinking, like all that shit.
Like, I like to talk about all types of stuff: hip hop, politics, hair.
We can't even talk about like old school movies, like remember this or
exactly.
Like, remember we used to play That's My
Boys
Car?
in the Hood.
Like,
you ain't even seen Boys in the Hood.
My car.
Exactly.
Like when you be like, oh, that's my car.
Like no, they'll be like, no, you know what I like? I like Ricky and Morty. I watched that.
Like, do roly-poly still exist? I see my nigga asking about that. I don't know. I never seen no little kids talking about roly-polies and shit. But like,
because these little kids are different. They're psycho.
Like,
these little kids grew
up
on.
Shit.
These little kids grew up on these right here.
Yeah, ain't no roly-polies on those.
You feel me? The kids grew up on these kids
really
on the internet.
Outside.
They had no choice. I mean, your mama come in the house, get your ass to the shower. You ain't here smelling like outside. Like, I didn't even know you could smell like outside. So what? I literally just asked my mom last week. I'm like, Mom, what is the outside smell? A smell you don't want to smell like? I'm like, you know what? You never could just answer a question. Like, gosh. But anyways, on a lighter note, we're moving on. So Ari and Moneybagg Yo seem to be going strong. He bought a Bentley truck.
So you talking about people I don't know, man.
So you don't know who Moneybagg Yo is?
I mean, I know Moneybagg. I know him.
And you know who Ari Fletcher is, right?
No, I don't know.
Ari Fletcher is George G Herbo's baby mother.
I don't even know who that is. Oh, G Herbo. That's what you said? You be saying shit all weird.
G
so like,
Herbo.
You also said George before
and I caught myself in laughing.
George, bro. Like, so I'm like, who is George, bro? Oh, G Herbo.
Y'all see what I'm dealing with?
I mean,
you put me
to
get like.
I don't know what you be saying. Like, you barely, you know. You Jamaican, so you got some of that patois.
And that thing is where he done starting to piss me off. You get me? Starting to make me so mad. He's doing too much cha-cha. Look it up. Yeah. Oh. Anyway, so back to.
Disrespecting me
Now, if I disrespected you in patois, I would have said "fuck your mother," and I never would say that to anybody. You get me, boy? That's like a player. Now that's a disrespect. So if y'all want something disrespectful to say to somebody, that's what you say. You feel me? People go crazy. But anyways, so you really don't know who Moneybagg Yo and Ari, you don't know they're dating. So you don't know he got her a Bentley truck and all that. Nah. We moving on.
But I know.
We're just gonna move on.
That's the one with the little fat baby.
He cute.
Yeah,
with the green eyes.
Like hella fat.
Yeah, cute. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so we gonna move on. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
And then G Herbo fucking with Fab's
stepdaughter.
Yeah.
What's her name? I don't even know her real name. I know it's like Latina something on fucking on Instagram. But anyways, what is that girl's name though? I know her name.
I thought his baby mama was fucking with like the boxer.
I think the baby mama name is Tiana. Yeah, Gervonta. She was fucking with Gervonta. You see how he snatched up his baby mama? Nobody want to deal with a nigga like that. All right. I got my own money too, so you don't gotta deal with that when you got your own money.
Did Javante just lose that fight? Did he lose?
Javante. But see, Javante funny because, you know, Moneybagg Yo had posted. Nah, it wasn't Javante that lost. No, niggas really. Are you talking about Deontay Wilder when he fought the white boy? Oh, okay. Damn, I was about to say something.
Ain't no been nobody.
But Javante is really a hater because Moneybagg Yo posted, he had caught him a Ferrari, a Corvette, and Javante posted Corvette is like minimum wage or something, or for like regular Americans. I'm like that.
Just some hater shit.
Huh?
Just some hater shit, basically.
Just like, why are you saying that? It's mean. But at the same time, I feel in Corvettes. It's like, you don't get a Lamborghini. Like, it'll be
Corvettes.
But no, it's
Corvettes be like classic to people. Like, Corvettes is always.
And it's the funniest
classic.
thing you just said that right now, because I just ran into this older white man in La Jolla, and he had an old school Corvette, and I ended up talking to him.
White people,
I ended up talking to him, and he said he owns 10 Corvettes. He's been buying Corvettes since he was 19.
Yeah, like that's like something like that's like, it might not be like what we like
and I'm
in
trying
our
to think,
culture, like, you know, like
Corvette. Was Corvette one of the racing cars? No, Corvette was never a racing car. It was Lamborghini that made racing cars, right?
Yeah, you know, them fast ass Ferraris and Lamborghinis. And
Yeah.
like, but I think Corvettes were like racing cars too, with just like different levels of shit.
So I do want to talk about, because like I just don't know what's going on. Like it's just they just disappeared. Like, what's going on?
About what?
With Kamaya YG and freaking Kaylani, are they not friends? Because I know Kaylani and Kamaya are both from Oakland. Kamaya was signed to YG for Honey. She's no longer signed to YG.
Was she ever really signed?
She was signed to YG.
What did she drop on 400? Like, I thought he was just kind of like...
She dropped that, wasn't that under 400 Entertainment? That album she dropped when it's like fucking a playground is the album cover. What's the name of it?
Not the first one, right?
Yeah, ain't that under 400?
The first one with like
all her little hits on it. Yeah. Dream at the Mano.
Yeah. Nah, that wasn't on 400. That was like on some her independent shit.
Let me look it up. What's Kamaya album? That album was dropped under. But I know she had a 400 chain. So when I be seeing, you feel me?
But you know, sometimes people don't really be legally signed to people.
But then
like, you know, they be like, oh yeah, I'm signed, but they ain't really legally signed.
But then I watched that she threw a album release or a video release party, and nobody was there. YG wasn't there. She thanked Rock Nation. She didn't thank YG. None of the Oakland people, when it was done in Oakland, you would have thought would have been there to show their support. So that's why I was like, nobody's really talking about it. But I did hear that Kamaya and Kaylani did fall out, and it did have something to do with YG, definitely. And that's why they're not friends anymore. But
I don't know about that.
let's see, he doesn't.
Like, I thought they was only together for like a week. Kaylani and YG.
No, I think they was together a long
time. As soon as I heard about it, it was over. They had like dropped a single together or some shit, and then it was over. Why? She started dropping all like them little sad like diss songs, like.
Oh, so they was little baby diss songs, huh?
Yeah, she started putting out all them little, like she put out something on like, was it like Valentine's Day? She put out some shit.
Well, I know she was going through with her girlfriend too. You know, I seen her posting shit like that. But anyways, we're not gonna stick too much onto the story. You know what I'm saying? Kamaya's a dope artist. I love her. Regardless, you know, let's get on. I like Kamaya. It's like Kamaya, Sensei Molly. There's a few females, Big Molly. There's a few females that I'm like really digging right now, and those are probably like the top 3. But let's talk about some like social issues. What's like going on in the world, Smigg?
fuck the world. I woke up screaming, fuck the world.
You see what I'm doing? Like, y'all get it? I don't think y'all get it. Like,
What song is that? What song is that?
I hope it's Tupac's. Shit.
You can just tell by the way I said it. You ain't know that. You can just tell by the way I said it.
I knew that. Come on, give me another one.
I woke up screaming, fuck the world.
You know, it's like, that's the thing. You think I don't know stuff, and I don't know stuff about hip hop, but I know
go back to our first very episodes when we was doing the little hip hop trivia. Oh yeah, that's another thing that we've been meaning to start. That we're gonna start doing these hip hop trivias on Zoom with like different rappers and then just other people, and like really setting up a real hip hop trivia.
It's gonna be dope.
Like, you know, like it's gonna be set up, organized, and you know, have different people on every week, have a host and shit. You know, then we're gonna have it, then we're gonna put it on our YouTube shit.
So make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel.
So it's gonna be dope and fun and shit. 'Cause, you know, we done did some like on the low, not even on just between homies and shit, just having fun and figuring this shit out. You know, and I felt like, you know, if we did this, if everybody else could see what we doing, like, you know, this is, people would like this shit. It's funny, it's dope, like, you know.
Yeah, we want to eventually get it to the point where we can give out some really, really dope prizes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We want to be able to involve our listeners as much as possible with this trivia, this hip hop trivia. It's gonna be dope, so you gotta subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Certain people like that, you know, subscribe could be on an episode of, you know, if you think you know your hip hop.
Yeah.
You know.
So, and on top of that, if you subscribe, you can also win a special gift. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. So let's talk about some shit, Smigg. Yo,
talk to me. You know, I'm not like the most political nigga out here. All my political ties is in the streets.
So do you feel like protesting helps us progress as like people? Like when something happens, like with police brutality, is basically what I'm talking about.
I mean, I don't know if that's just gonna fix it, but I guess it is helping bringing awareness because, you know, they keep talking about the shit that it's being put on the news and people, so it is like bringing some type of awareness to it, to where more people is like seeing what's going on, and you know, but I don't think, you know, they taking it like that. You know, they just want to try to do whatever, hurry up, get us off, get the people protesting off the streets and whatever. Like, you know, I don't think they're really trying to like, okay, like, let's give them what they want and get them off the streets. Like, no, we'll find another way to get them out of here, tear gas or whatever they do and shit. Like,
right. I feel like with protesting, I think everything started somewhere with protesting. Even when it was just like the women's liberation movement and equal rights for women, it was started with protests. People was in the streets protesting. Civil rights movement, it started off with protesting. Like, you gotta realize, like, so I always tell people like sometimes they down protesting and they say like, you know, like protesting isn't super effective, but I look at it like protesting is the first step to something.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's gonna get the thing, but it's gonna bring
awareness, and it's gonna open up eyes and other people. Once you start seeing, with me, I feel like with George Floyd dying and the outpour of protests all over the country, it wasn't at this point just a black thing. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the world was able to physically see how we are being brutally murdered in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And at some point, like for instance, like a friend of mine said, we could protest all day, but if somebody that don't look like us, that's behind these laws, aren't protesting with us, what change is going to be made? And I feel like it's unfortunate that George Floyd had to die, but in his death, the change that's coming from his death it's to me, it's crazy. The fact of people deciding to say, I'm not going to purchase this because this is not from a black-owned business. You know what I'm saying? This all is coming from protesting. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is coming from protesting. People are seeing how angry we are. Then when we go out and we protest, we're being hit with rubber bullets in our face. People are dying.
Peaceful protests is they doing that shit. They fucking up people for doing peaceful protests.
So to me, I'm always with protesting. You know what I'm saying? I think protesting is super important. I think it is a part.
Have you ever participated?
Definitely in multiple protests. If you follow me on Instagram, if you follow me on Snapchat, if you follow me on any of my platforms, my social media platforms, you know that I've definitely gotten in the street with my people and dodged rubber bullets also. So
you just like being in the streets, though.
He's such a hater.
You just like being in the
I like to be outside. I like to network. I like to meet people. He's a hater. Hey guys,
I got a reason to come outside.
Hey guys, you want to know what I hate? Tell us, like,
my niggas and shit. Okay,
he's an asshole.
Let's turn up,
guys. Don't pay him in the hate any attention. I mean, I like to be in the streets. I like to network. It's different.
They getting faded at the protest.
Not getting faded.
Rolling up.
Surely rolling up. Bitch, just gotta smoke and keep my anxiety down.
Everything.
What the fuck do you want me to do?
It's turned in their little
section.
Police
make me nervous.
They little section of the protest is lit.
Like, bruh, who are you? You're the police.
They kind of figure out how to get couches, like order bottles at the protest.
Judge if you want to. I'm like, we gotta stand up the whole time. I didn't know we had to stand up the whole time at the protest. Wait, we gotta walk? How many miles are we walking? You know, nah, I'm not like that. He ain't put up to one protest. That would be dope. The protest like, hey, we got bottle service at this one. Got more than one going on. How much? 100? We in. It's like, no, I'm just playing. But anyway, so again, like with the George Floyd situation, I just really feel like we need it. Now you see celebrities saying something. Now you finally see people that are playing, white actors that are playing black cartoon characters saying, you know what, I shouldn't be playing this character. You played this character for 20 years and you shouldn't play this character. So not like that, I can't give you no kudos points for you deciding finally you need to step away from a character that you know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the girl from Netflix too. I get it, you had the role for maybe a year or so. It's a show on Netflix, a cartoon, and it's based off a little black girl, and it's a white girl that was the voiceover of her. But she just stepped back, and the guy, I guess, was the voice of Cleveland Brown or whatever his name is. He stepped back and decided to be not do that character anymore because he felt like since he wasn't African American, he shouldn't be playing African American character. But again, this is all coming from the protests and the police brutality protests that we've been going through. What Colin Kaepernick was talking about 2-3 years ago when you guys decided to say, fuck him, he shouldn't be able to play NFL football. Now you guys want to back him and say, you guys are right, our bad. That's to me the hurtful part. It's like y'all been seeing it. Y'all just decided to keep a closed eye. And that's what makes it sickening. So when I see a lot of corporations saying Black Lives Matter, do Black Lives really matter or does black money matter? Which one matters? Because at this point, I'm walking past, I'm seeing all these Black Lives Matters on all these businesses, but are you putting these Black Lives Matter signs up so your store doesn't get looted because people was tripping? Or do you really care about Black lives? That's the thing I want to know. What are you doing for the Black community? Are you pulling up to low income schools? Are you giving back? Like, especially if you have a money in your business in an area that you know is a area that is a low income area, you should do something. Especially if you working in that area and you own a business. Period. I'm not gonna keep talking. I'm sorry. I'm passionate about it. Whatever, it's my segment. Okay, so do you feel like her favorite flag is holds a form of racism? Do you think it should be?
Of course it does. Come on.
No, I'm just asking you these questions because, you know, we might look at something different. So we really don't need to talk about the correct Confederate flag. And
Like,
for people to even
only
think...
white people that think that, that's their little excuse of
You
why
really have to read,
like,
you guys. See, reading is the most important thing in the world. You read, you understand. Stop letting these people tell you about our history. Our history is amazing. Okay.
You also gotta check what you read.
No. When I say this, read. Well, don't let these people tell you whatever about us. Don't let these people tell you we didn't come from nothing and we're dumb and we just started off as slaves because we didn't. Go read, go learn our history too. Just like we have to learn yours. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, we're not gonna talk about that. What about gun control? Do you feel like gun control is important? No, seriously, I want to know. Hey, yo! How do you feel about gun control, Smigg? Seriously. I mean, shit. That's helpful.
Like, gun control, what, you think they should just take all, like, nobody should have guns?
I mean, shit? Do I feel like nobody should have guns? I feel like this, right? I feel like people have an easy access to guns, and that's the issue. I think we need to stop promoting the fact that kids can go hunt at an early age and murder animals, because these same kids that hunt are the same kids that eventually end up doing mass shootings. Not all of them. Not all of them. Not all of them. But I also feel like you guys have hunting season and we're slaughtering animals for no reason. You feel me? And that's teaching kids an aggressive tactic early. Okay? Yeah. That's all I'm saying. And I feel like that's something that we need to refrain from doing.
Especially
so I feel like, yeah.
Like a kid that's going, you never know what type of kid, what their mental health is like or what they're going through. And then you raising them, showing them how to shoot animals. And, they might get off on that shit, and that shit,
And they want to see how it feels, what it feels like to shoot a person.
They want to go more to it.
I think extensive background checks are important. I think mental health awareness, I think mental health checks should be something that should be done on people that want to get weapons. Honestly, gun control is going to be hard. It's just like, how you gonna control drugs coming to the world? They gonna come in regardless. You know what I'm saying? But if we can get a hold on these mass weapons that we're creating and we're providing for people to purchase, maybe that can stop some of these mass shootings.
Why is all these? What do you niggas need all these AKs and all this shit for? Like, what is? Even though they are banned out here already, but not everywhere.
I mean, but then, you go back and you look at the U.S., y'all been doing this for a very long time, too. Y'all been bringing weapons into other countries, you know what I'm saying? Y'all been giving Afghanistan guns for a long time. Afghanistan been making all guns for a long time. So you got to look at that, too, and you got to look at that history, too. So the government is a lot to blame also with the amount of guns in this country. So it is their job to figure out a way to control it.
Like, you should be limited to how many guns you go on or something.
I understand there's gun collectors, but listen, collect something else, good big dog.
Yeah.
Collect something else. It's not that serious. Why are you collecting guns? Crazy? Damn. There is so many other niggas collect coins. Go collect some seashells. Collect a bit, you know what? I'm not even, you feel me? I'm not.
Collect Pokemon cards.
You get what I'm saying? Niggas don't collect baseball cards no more.
I used to hella collect baseball cards.
You a gun collector? Yeah, sure. You a gun collector, right? Until somebody black suspicious is walking on your yard, right? You ain't no longer a gun collector. You's a shooter, murderer. But anyways, so when it comes to like gay marriage and things like, how do you feel about gay marriage? Like, do you agree with it, or do you? I'm not saying like, do you agree with it, Well, yeah. Do you agree with gay marriage? I am.
I mean, I don't really know how I feel. You see, when we did that 10 thing, should we give them the backstory about?
Yeah. Okay. So we did this political 10 question things. You put up your fingers, and do you agree with certain things? One of the questions was, do you agree with
certain things? You put your fingers down.
Yeah,
you put
so
one finger down. If you agree,
and the questions come pretty fast.
Yeah.
So one of the questions was, do you agree with gay marriage? And he didn't put his finger down. So I told him it was like something I definitely want to talk about. He was like, well, you know, the question was pretty fast, so he didn't give me time to think about how I really feel about it.
Yeah,
so now he's in a situation where he can.
It's kind of hard to think about how you really feel about something like that in 1 second. Like I might be against it. I might think I want to be against it, but me having a conversation with somebody that's gonna provide more information about how other people feel and all that shit, that could change my mind. So like, you know, I'm not saying that that's just something that I'm just like really stuck on, and you know, because at the end of the day, I don't really care what two other people that I have nothing to do with. That's not my life. You know, what they decide to do with their life and what makes them happy. Like, you know, that ain't got nothing to do with me. But the thing that I don't like is how, like, it's like they pushing it on kids and everybody so much. Just all this gay relationships and stuff, to where it seems like that's just supposed to be is normal. I don't even want to say normal, like they're not normal. You know, when you talk about topics like this, you gotta choose your words like super careful.
So,
I just feel like it shouldn't be pushed on kids so young to where they don't have the chance to even like
handle what's going on. Like,
yeah,
okay, am I supposed
now
to
they
be
just
girls
think
or
that,
boys?
like, they just think that maybe they're supposed to do that, like, you know,
because they see it on TV. So, like, for me, for instance, how I feel, like, I agree with gay marriage. I feel like people should have the rights to love and care for and marry whoever they want, because it was at a time where we couldn't love and marry at all. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, I'm with it because I also have a gay aunt. I have a gay cousin. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, I do agree they should be able to live the regular life a regular couple does. You know what I'm saying? Now, how I do feel, I feel the same way about him. I do the same way he feels about how it's being forced upon kids. Like, I feel like in cartoons and every show now, there's a gay scene, there's a gay couple. And at some point, it's like, okay, I understand and I get it. You guys should be able to be portrayed on TV. But remember, for a long time, we weren't portrayed on TV at all. You know what I'm saying? I never could see a girl that looked like me on TV for a very long time, until 2019, 2018, I started seeing people that look like me. But that's no here, no there. What I'm saying is, it's really unfortunate that we can force that type of rhetoric on kids that are 5, 6, 7 years old, and they're seeing girl on girl scenes, they're seeing guys. I mean, the kids we thought Empire was a kid's show. Is it a kid's show? I don't think it's proper for two men to be having a sexual relationship on TV that y'all expect kids to watch. Not saying that that's not what's going on in the real world. We understand you guys want to try to keep it as realistic as possible. But at the end of the day, we raising our kids and we want them to be able to choose who they love on their own. You feel me? So when they're seeing on TV, remind you mimic certain things you see on TV. That's why guys were so much into the exotic and the light-skinned girls, because that's all they seen on TV. That for a very long time, that's all they seen on TV. So why would they like a girl that looks like me when on TV there's no girl on TV that looks like me? Okay, so with kids, I'm sorry to cut you off. With kids, it's just like with kids. Automatically, they're going to be like, okay, I keep seeing this show and this girl is with this girl. Am I supposed to like girls because I'm a girl? Not saying that they're automatically, all kids are going to be like that. I'm just saying it just puts, it's hard for you to really, it's like you force us as parents to have this conversation with our kids at an early age, when that's not a conversation we should be talking to with 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12-year-olds. Those are conversations you start to have when your kid is going through middle school and they're starting to wonder about their body and what's going on. That's how I feel. You feel me? That's just how I feel personally. But go ahead and tell us.
Not to say that like gay people aren't normal, but like obviously the normal way of living, if you just listen to what I'm saying, I'm not trying to say it, is like man and woman together, because that's obviously how you create babies and family, you know, like that's how you keep everything going. So obviously those were the first things that were supposed to be together, you know, like you can't naturally make kids with a woman on woman or a man on man, like naturally. I'm talking about not no extra going to some shit that then came up with, you know, just how we were naturally made. So obviously we were naturally made to be with a man and woman, but the way things are now, or how it's always been, people have always been attracted to, or who they've been attracted to, and they can't help it, or if that's what they really like, they can't help what they like. Like
that's their preference,
and that's what they love. So like, I feel like they should be portrayed on TV and movies, but not on every single show. And then it's like when they show them scenes together, they're always so like graphic and just like extra over the board.
Like it's like,
and it's
you know,
every single show.
Honestly, like, it's like with I'm gonna be honest. Even with like some of my favorite shows, The Chi is one of my favorite shows. But you know, if I'm watching this show with my daughter and she's 15 years old, and the mom and the wife are having a sex scene, and the mom whips out and she has a dildo on, and they show that scene, I have to explain that to my kid. I was like, wait, what? Wait, what? You know, not saying, I understand. That's how y'all get down. That's how y'all live your life. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's also, as parents, it's forcing us to have a conversation with our children. I feel like it's really hard to have when we shouldn't be having it at all right now. Like, wait, I want my daughter to come to me and be like, hey, Mom, do you think, or is what's going on? I'm starting to feel like I like girls more. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's how you feel, go with who you love and who you naturally want to be with. Don't get me wrong, I don't have nothing wrong with it. I just feel like it's really, really being forced upon children at a young age, and it leaves the parents to have that open conversation with our kids. And I feel like we shouldn't have to talk about that so early. Yeah, guess what? We do have to have a conversation with our kids about the police, because these are people that are brutally murdering us in the middle of the street. That's a conversation I know I have to have with my kid. I shouldn't have to have us watching TV, family night, and a lady pulls out a dildo, and now you put me in a situation where my daughter wants to know, why does she have that on? What's going on? Why did they do that? Is like
somebody who has no idea about
like nothing, didn't like even know, like wait, that, like, hold on, so like, does cousin Woochie Whoop, does auntie wear one, does Woochie Whoop, does aunt, you feel me? All these questions start. I'm like, no, that, like, I don't know, I don't be in it, like, so it's real. It's just an uncomfortable situation for a parent to have that conversation with a preteen or with any kid, you know what I'm saying? From my position, everybody else is different, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to like protect my daughter from something, because I know she's gonna go into the world and see all types of things, you know. I feel like we're very self-conscious on what we say on movies. Y'all just fired Nick Cannon for, y'all feel like he said some anti-Semitic stuff. He got fired for that, right? So I feel like I should be able to voice my opinion about how I feel and not be judged. Okay? I'm just saying, I love y'all. I love gay people. I swear. I just think it's a bit much on TV. It's like that regular sex on TV is like way more regular than like gay sex on TV. Gay sex is like, I'm like, hold on, I ain't doing anything. Y'all damn near shit just showed us that.
Is this a solo or something?
My bad. Yeah.
I ain't gonna probably say the word, and like, And then when I tried to say something, you started going to a whole different subject. So like now, what I was about to say, we ain't even on no more. So
go ahead, bro.
I mean, we're not even on that. No,
but you know what? Anyways, so all I was gonna say was, but
you know what? Go ahead, my bad. Cannon and shit. So it's like, all right, never mind.
No, back to the gay relationship. Go ahead, Smigg.
I don't even know what I was about to say. It's all good.
Now it's all good.
Yeah, because I don't remember what I was gonna say, and now it's like we already passed it. So it's like it's cool, right? We already went past it.
Okay, so what's going on? Are you voting?
Am I what?
Are you voting?
Voting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you feel like there should be like a black agenda? Like, do you feel like the candidates this year are going to have a black agenda because of the scrutiny they've been getting about the injustice in the system, about the police brutality? Do you feel like the candidates are going to go for black and brown people this go around?
Man, I feel like I feel like they have to at least say it or put it in the thing, like that's what they're gonna do. Like I can't say that it's gonna get done or they're gonna even try anything, but of course they're gonna have to use that. They know they're gonna have to use something like that to get the black vote,
Definitely. If you were one for a candidate, what would you want in a candidate? What would you vote for somebody? What would they have to say, or for you to be like, you know?
It ain't even really about just one thing that they say or a few things that they say. It's also about just the person, like they whole you can kind of see what type of person people are, and then background stuff you hear about people, or just stuff how they were before they was running for president, and not even like all that shit, just like whatever, like Donald Trump, like just recently, the nigga wasn't no president type of nigga. Nigga was doing TV shows and fucking kids with adjusting and like just all this weird shit going on, and he was doing all kind of just little like reality TV type nigga shit. Nigga, it's like Flavor Flav running for president and winning and shit.
And do you know what's money
I might feel like Flavor Flav might be a little better president
than Donald Trump. At this point, my daughter would have been a better president than Donald Trump, okay? For me, I definitely think the candidate has to have a black agenda. I think it's super important. For me, importance to me is just like better educations in lower income schools. I think smaller classes are super important. I think instead of trying to put all these kids in special classes or IEP, tutoring should be offered to these kids privately. That needs to be paid through the school, where the parents don't feel that burden. Already, I'm living in a low income area. I'm barely getting by, and you're telling me my kid's not passing. You want to put them in an IEP, and are they going to be progressing? You know what I'm saying? So I think education is super important for me, for the black agenda. You know what I'm saying? I think. Go ahead.
Another thing is though, like one of the most important things is not even the presidential shit. Is when it's like your local shit. Like that's like kind of like the most important, because that's the shit that really affects your everyday life. Like a lot of the presidential shit and all that shit, it's almost the same shit going on no matter what they say, it's just like some type of program they always got to stick to, no matter what. They could do a few things out of the line, but it's like they mostly have to stick to a format.
Absolutely. Voting local is if you want your vote to count and it really, really matters. The presidential
city
race,
state.
Your vote may count, but you know what I'm saying, to get your voice heard, you really need to vote locally. You need to really, really pay attention to what's going on
locally.
Your city.
Because they can change a lot of like laws in your city or state, and certain shit that you might not even know about, and shit that really matters and shit.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. So voting locally is really, really important. But back to the Black agenda for me. Just a few more things, and then we're gonna get to the final thoughts. But anyway, so with me, I feel like economics should be brought back. Let's go back to education. I feel like economics should be a number one thing in high schools, junior high schools. It needs to be brought back into schools. I feel like just like band, just like music, just like special arts, I feel like teaching kids hands-on things, regardless of, because every kid's not going to go to college. But if they can come out of high school knowing how to lay carpet, not knowing how to do drywall, knowing certain things like that, they can start their own business from that. You know, so I think that's really important. You know what I'm saying? That can also keep a lot of kids from doing illegal things and feeling like they can't feed their family. You know what I'm saying? Coming straight out of high school, because every kid, like I said, every kid's not gonna go to high school. I mean, go to college. But anyways, I also feel like what's important is I'm fucking just blanked out really quick. Smoke too much weed.
Talking too much.
Okay, go ahead, bro. You like, oh man, listen. I was about to say what else was really important to me is Black access to wealth. Us just having access to wealth, you know, us having access to loans, you know what I'm saying? Free education, just that type of shit is important to me, and I feel like we are some of the people that don't have access to wealth that other people do. You feel me? If we have bad credit, we should be able to go somewhere and sit down and get free credit repair. You know, like things like that. I just think it's important for people to progress and not be.
I can fix your credit for a little fee, but it'll be fixed. And get your shit. We'll talk about it.
Anyways, guys. So. Anyway. If y'all want, hey. This is Smigg Dirtee, and if you're looking for somebody to fix your credit, if you're trying to get into that home, hey, have you ever thought about your dream car? You can get that car today. All you have to call us 1-800 Boy, and I can fix your credit, and I can get you into that dream car today.
And I'm open, because I'm opening the car lot, starting the car lot, and I can fix your credit, and you get your car through the
So basically, Smigg Dirtee is he's opening a car lot, babysitting program, sell a little bit of weed, all on the side. It's like, no, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just joking. But look, so yeah, that was my Black agenda. That's what I'm looking for in these candidates. But anyway, so Smigg, what's some final thoughts? What you want to talk about?
How many people you think really use condoms?
What the fuck is going on?
What you think?
4% of the world. It's like,
4%.
nah, this ain't. Listen, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so.
Don't nobody use condoms on.
People use condoms if they like don't fall in love with people that they use condoms on.
But
that's how I feel.
Use condoms all that much though. Like niggas use condoms.
Like niggas use condoms like probably after they fuck them, it's like maybe one, like if it's their first time fucking her.
Yeah.
But
even though it makes no sense, like why would
condoms to me are
important. I used to have a 3-time rule in the beginning. Like after you fuck 3 times.
That's it.
Why am I using a rubber?
It's like I need to feel that bang.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah. Like, I ain't gonna
it almost
lie.
don't count if you.
I ain't never argued, got into it. I don't argue anyways, but I ain't never fell in love with no condom dick. If I fuck you with a condom, more than likely, I ain't gonna like you later. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it's not like I'm gonna care.
And just knowing like how many bitches did let me go in without one, I could just imagine what's going on. But see, if a bitch is gonna let me do it too easy, then I'll be cool. I'll be cool, and I'll be like, that was way too easy. You know, like let me have to talk you into it. And so then I feel like, okay, you don't just do this normally. And
it's crazy because it's like STDs are real. Like, you should like kind of be scared.
I mean,
People
I'm married. I've been married damn near
No,
7
I know
years.
that,
so
but
so I done dodged all that. So like now I'm good. And then now so I ain't. I my career is pretty cool.
Me personally, I find it impulsing. I think it's gross. Did I say it right?
I'm out here just making niggas strap up.
I ain't had sex in 8 months. I ain't tripping.
Yeah, just out here.
I ain't tripping off no. I ain't tripping off no.
Bitches out here.
And I ain't fuck with no bitches.
Acting like you ain't letting niggas hit.
If I do decide to be with somebody, it's gonna be with somebody that I trust and I know that's clean.
Bitches be hella liking me too, so like it's always easy, like.
But I'm just not letting a nigga fuck me raw. That's out. Sorry, it's gonna happen to me again, brother. It's not happening. That's what I'm saying. So that was your final thought? How many?
I only got one final thought. I thought we were just gonna kick the shit for a little bit. Like, we got a couple more minutes.
He really said. Literally,
you know, we talk about
that threw off my final thought. I don't even got a final thought.
I was just trying to get away from all this like serious ass shit. Like
that was towards the end. That was towards the end.
It's me and you. We talking. That was towards the end. Yeah, but I'm just saying it was towards the end. But you know, still, I ain't want to like end it off all sad and like play a sad song on the outro. Like. You know, like, what's that Marvin Gaye? What's going on? What's going on?
No. So what you been listening to? Like, who you slapping right now?
Boop, 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 boop. Griselda. You don't even know nothing. You have no idea what that is, huh? Probably some of the biggest independent and niggas kind of major because they got deals with majors, but they still independent. Like niggas, and they merch like go crazy. They selling crazy merch. Like niggas is doing their thing.
So is Blue Bloods playing.
Not no Griselda level.
I'm not saying they're not on Griselda level, but I'm fucking with Blue Bloods playing.
But there's a lot of people that's I'm talking about, indie, but I'm talking about these niggas. Too. I know, that's what I'm saying, but I'm talking about these niggas is damn near. You wouldn't think they indie because.
How they going up?
Yeah, like just how they following it, just how everybody's talking about them.
Oh, you know what I want to talk about, Smigg?
How they managed by Rock Nation and they got to deal with Shady as a group, but they all independent rappers. Oh. But as a group, they got signed to Shady and they managed by Rock Nation. Like
that's pretty dope.
To be independent artists doing shit
big.
Like that. Like,
yeah, that's big. So I did want to talk to you about something. So how'd you feel about like Filthy and Laugh looking at? Did you feel like that was like dope? Like how'd you feel about it?
You mean what we talked about on our last?
Oh, we talked about that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody posted and said, "Oh, okay." Whatever, because nobody was supposed to post it.
But it's still on my Instagram. People still seeing it and shit.
You see what I'm dealing with? Okay, well, fuck it. We're gonna move on.
So shout out to Filthy and CML. I do think that was dope. Y'all watched the interview where she asked me that last time.
Listen, guys. But do you guys see? You guys see it, right? Okay. Narcissistic asshole.
No, I'm just saying, like, I said it, like, what
asshole, guys. And I mean, y'all hear it.
You know, when you watching a TV show like The Shy, in the middle of the episode, they don't just show you, they don't just do the same exact thing they did in the last episode again, like it was something new, and then they just keep going on from there, like it was a new thing. Like, no, that was on that last episode. That wasn't a flashback or nothing.
I'm not even gonna do what I know.
It wasn't like previously. It's not even that. It's just like. They just showed it like it's some new shit, and then they just keep going.
Okay, so listen.
You just don't have it.
Listen.
I'm just saying though.
So you bumping Griselda?
I'm bumping Griselda. I'm bumping. I don't want to get her name wrong. It's like I want to say Kiana Lady. Her album's called Kiki. She's an R&B singer from Arizona. She's on a major. I can't remember, but her shit's hella dope to me. I fuck with Division new album. That shit is crazy. I listen to a lot of R&B, so like if you want me to like name shit, I'm gonna be naming R&B. But like I could probably go through my recent play and find some rap shit. You know, I support the homies and shit. I be listening to Stunner Blue and shit like that, and you know, Hustle Man, Benjamin, Buddha Baby, First Street Frogs, AWAX, you know, people I fuck with, but besides, don't even usually say like what you listening to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there should go, yeah, Kiana Lady, like Kiana, L-E-D-E, Kiana, L-E-D-E. Yeah, like Lady or something. You see how I got that like apostrophe thing, whatever. Vision is her. Oh, I like this girl Cash Page too.
Yeah, she's pretty. She's gay, but
she got the song
like
with
super
Black.
like feminine. You can't even tell. Like she's just like her whole little swag is just so dope to me. She's so pretty to me.
I hella like all the features Black been doing with like hella R&B artists like Snow Allegra. Oh yeah, that's another person I'm listening to. Snow Allegra, she's dope. Emotional Oranges. That Pop Smoke new album goes stupid crazy to me. Like he was fixing to be like one of them niggas. Like the way he just developed so fast from like his first two little EPs to what the shit he was gearing up for his album. Like it's like he was really working and really trying to progress and try out new shit, and this shit was dope. Like
I agree.
He was about to be something.
Yeah,
that shit
definitely. I definitely can agree with you on that. I'm listening to now a little bit of everything. I've been listening to a lot of the Blue Boys Clan. They out of LA. Big Sad. He's out of West LA. You know, Nipsey stay on my playlist. I've been listening to a lot of Young Slowby. I'm still listening to Briss, R.I.P. Briss.
Rest in peace, Briss, for sure.
Out of Sacramento.
Southside.
I still listen to a lot of Young Pappy. He's from Chicago, R.I.P. Young Pappy. I listen.
To be confused with Young Pappy.
Yeah.
Not like
so I also. They're definitely not gonna be confused with the Dominiques. But but no, I've been listening to a lot of Filthy Rich. Filthy probably the most consistent rapper to me right now coming out the bag. He's probably like my favorite rapper right now. Lavish D's been super consistent too. So I've been listening to a lot of Lavish D. That's really all I'm actually listening to this dude from Detroit too. His name is Jay Swan, I think.
You listen to so much.
I listen to
kill, murder, like how you sleep at night?
Anyways,
what kind of dreams you get?
That hate. hate.
It's like I love that shit, but it's like I can only listen
Excuse
to
me,
so
guys.
much.
I listen to
R&B
too. I listen to R&B too. I listen to R&B too, okay? That ain't.
But one thing I just wanted to bring up, I wanted to ask y'all, because me and my nigga had like this big ass argument about Corrupt's album, The Streets Is a Mother. I think that was a classic album. My nigga gonna try to say that wasn't a classic album, wasn't a dope album. I just want to know what y'all think.
Which album? I'm out.
I'm talking about the real hip hop.
I'm not.
It's like niggas that really,
But I thought that was like, never mind.
What?
Okay, go ahead.
You thought that was what?
Nothing to real hip hop people. Go ahead.
No, I mean it is. That's like niggas
like
saying
it's like a hater. Like
okay,
it's like
dude,
underlugging me
what
guys.
What songs on
And,
Streets
like,
is a Mother?
It don't matter. I don't
dope?
remember. I don't remember. I
See,
just
that's
thought
what
that
I
was
meant.
his only hit CD.
No, what is it?
But okay, that's all I was gonna say.
Because
but I respect
I'm
Corrupt
saying
and I like
that was
Corrupt
his
as an artist.
best. That was his best. That was like a classic album for sure. Like if you wanted a classic Corrupt album, Streets is a Mother is that album. He talking about what he said. He thinks Space Odyssey, whatever was better or some shit. Nah.
Space Odyssey.
You don't even know what that is or whatever.
Sure don't. And I don't care, guys.
I mean, you talking about hip hop trivia. You can't
But
get
I
hip
do.
hop trivia.
I
You don't even know about
listen,
these
guys.
albums.
I do
like,
know about these
like
albums.
Real albums.
I do know about these albums, but I'm about to see
from the
people
era.
He's
where
a judge.
where
Just like
niggas is like
you
really
can't do
talking
hip
about
hop trivia,
albums.
just like you don't know the songs and people I'm talking about. You get it?
I mean,
They're
like,
all gonna
like,
be a
what
part
is
of
that? That's
hip hop
not
trivia.
No, that's
Everything,
hip-hop
bro.
trivia right
Everybody's
there.
gonna
That's
be
not part of hip-hop
hip.
trivia.
Listen, just be all old shit is not just gonna be in hip hop trivia. It's
I'm
gonna
not
be a
saying
mixture
just
of
old shit,
everything.
but like mostly
It's
hip
gonna be
hop trivia
yeah.
is gonna be about older shit because
But
that's
yeah,
the shit
mostly,
that's
but
gonna
not,
be about.
not at all.
But
Not
not
at all.
about shit
It's
that's
gonna be
like
about some of the new
regional
artists,
shit.
Polo G's,
It's
the
gonna be
Little
back in the
Babies.
day. I mean, yeah, I'm not talking
the
about
NBA
yeah, those are
Young
big
Boys,
artists.
you
Those
know
are
what I'm
big
saying?
ass artists.
Filthy
I'm not talking
Rich.
about Filthy Rich is not
You
on
feel
the
me?
same.
A-Wags, like we're
NBA
gonna go.
Young Boy.
I'm not saying they're all on the same level,
No,
but
but
they all have fans and they're part of hip hop.
Okay,
Just
but,
like
you talking about some whole different shit. I'm talking about some shit that people can have worldwide.
everybody. Yeah, I get
people
it.
Could,
I get it.
Could compare worldwide, like real. It has nothing to do with being judgmental, nigga. My best friends that rap that are, I'm gonna say, aren't in that. I rap and I'm not in that category. Like, it ain't like how am I? I'm not hating. I'm just saying. I'm just talking about like.
Nah,
real
but
hip-hop,
I get it.
Hip hop historian
So
would talk about. They're
now
not
that
gonna
I
be
get,
talking
it's
about.
gonna be some hip
They're
hop
not gonna
words.
ask about something
that
about
nigga did
Sada
you.
Baby or something.
No, I get
like you know, like
solid popping.
I'm not saying niggas ain't like you taking a whole. I'm just saying this is a whole different type of shit. You can't like.
See, I get
You
them
want to
guys.
do like some like regional like hip hop trivia, like Midwest hip hop trivia or West Coast hip hop trivia.
I get it. You
Then,
saying like the Scarfaces, the E40s,
just like the big rap, like
the
hip hop,
Houdinis,
like people that
you
everybody
feel
in the
me?
world knows.
Yeah,
Like,
gets me, boy. Yeah,
people who listen
I
to
got
hip hop
you.
know, like
You're right.
not like
You're right, and I agree. I'm sorry.
I'm always right. I'm always gonna agree at the end because I'm right. You ain't got no choice. And on that note, we out here.
Well, yeah, he's a liar, though, bro. Y'all know that. He ain't always right about shit. But we is, how about if you, right?
Fuck with us though.
I'm
know?
just saying, no.
What season is this?
Hey, it's season one of these seasons.
3. We starting fresh. Like
Fresh.
even though we didn't really do a season 2, you
Yeah.
kind of did a season 2 without me. You tried to, but it didn't really. You needed Smigg. So you know I came back to fuck with my sis. Like I know she needs Smigg. Let's do it. Like you know I need you too, my nigga. Let's do this shit.
You see how much of an asshole he is, guys?
Let's
You see
do
the
this
shit that I gotta deal with? So he probably gonna quit probably next week or something. But, you know, at least we got this one in. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow our Instagrams. Smigg, give me your Instagram. Stop playing.
Smigg Dirtee 2160 SMIGGDIRTEE 2160.
Domaniece _MU. Okay? DOMANIECE _MU. Stop playing. I'm just saying no. Media on Instagram. IMJUS SAYIN THOMEEDIA.
We should do a spelling. We should do a spelling bee on one of these.
Oh no,
too.
but I'll fuck you up.
You got me fucked up,
Bro, I'll
You got me
fuck you up.
fucked up.
Bro, spelling bees out. You out, bro. You
Come on,
out.
my nigga.
And we could do a lot of
We gonna do
games.
other shit.
Niggas gonna be,
We gonna
man.
do other shit.
Spelling
we
bee.
gonna go
See,
live
but
and
let's
do
be clear.
shit.
See,
The motherfuckers
people
gonna
don't
live
know.
and do shit.
People don't know how high people we get
Let's
before
do
we do this
live.
shit too, though. That's what would be so crazy. Like he know I'm like mixed right now. I'm not talking about with black and white. You get what I'm saying? And he's like using that, and he's using that to his advantage.
Nigga, we all
You
mixed,
see me?
nigga.
Yeah, bruh, listen to what I'm saying, guys. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so you guys can really see how this shit goes down. Because this guy right here is a fucking asshole.
Yeah. And we might have content just for YouTube that might not be, you know, like on other shit. So you gotta subscribe. To
Period.
that
That's the
shit.
only way you're gonna see. And eventually we're gonna have a boxing match because he's gonna piss me off. You get what I'm saying?
That's gonna never happen.
And we're gonna let guess who we gonna let choose the winner.
It's gonna be like Vado and
Y'all.
Tahiri. It's gonna be like Vado.
And I'm gonna be Vado. He gonna be Tahiri. I'm gonna be Vado. He gonna be Tahiri. You hear me? But nah, make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hey, make sure you guys go and purchase from a black business and stop playing, okay?
Yeah, why don't y'all subscribe to Smigg URL TV at.
And do me a favor, subscribe to Tidal. Make sure, who cares that it's $20 a month? Subscribe
$20 a month,
for the
bro.
premium. Subscribe, listen to underground artists' music on that platform, please. And thank you. Have a good one, guys.